All right, we're on Oholot, Perek Gimel, Mishnah Gimel, third Mishnah in the third chapter of Masechet Oholot. We're talking about dam, blood. What the Mishnah is going to teach us is that liquid, blood that's liquefied, if part of it is under an ohel, part of it is under an enclosure, it's not considered what's called a chibur. It's not connected, and therefore, if part of it is under the enclosure, that doesn't mean that all of it is under the ohel. If you have like a revi'it of dam, and therefore it's not mitame, it doesn't make the whole thing tami, as we'll see. Nishpach ba'avir, if the blood is spilled in the air. So the Bartanura says b'toch habayit, and the Tosfos we don't have here says what? How could it be b'toch habayit? There's a big machloka whether it was spilled inside or outside. But I think what the Bartanura means b'toch habayit, it means, let's say I have a ramp here. We're going to see something about a ramp, and it's spilled inside the house and it rolls down the ramp, as we'll soon see. Let's go back to the Mishnah. We'll read the Mishnah. Im haya mekomo ketapres. Ketapres. Im hamakom shenishbach po hadam haya midron. So ketapres here means if it's an incline, ve'ehil al miktsato, and the house was a heel. It enclosed, it overhung part of it. Tahor. That's what the Mishnah I think is saying. Here you have this overhang, okay, and that's part of the house. That's considered, well, interesting. I don't know if it's part of the house, but we'll leave it. You can just imagine it for now. Imagine, the blood is spilled and the ramp goes down here and you spill the blood and the blood is dripping down here. And you have a revi'it. So all together you have a revi'it. I just found this website. It's not connected at all. All together you have a revi'it and the house is ma'ahil on part of it. So the Mishnah says the Mishnah, no, that's tahor. That's not de kapatres, because if you have a kapatres, an incline, no chibur. That's what we said. It's not mechubar. It's not considered connected, associated. Therefore, the blood is not all considered in the ohel. Haya ashboren oshekarash. If it's an ashboren, meaning if there's an indentation. Haya makom mechunas b'toch haguma. If it's all like collected, if the blood is collected in a small little puddle, oshekarash, or the blood congealed, then tameh. Then it is tameh. Now we're not talking about the house per se, but we're talking about if a person walked over or stood over. So if the stuff's on an incline and it's liquid, a person walks over it, even part of it, it's not a chibur. But if it's all collected in a puddle or a single place, then if a person is ma'ahil alav, remember, one way of doing oil is if a person to walk over it, then it's tameh. Nishpach ala oskupa, v'hi kitapres. Askupa is the stoop in front of a house. So let's say you had a step in front of your house, and the step was a little ramp step. It was an incline, okay? Bein mibifnim made bechutz, and the incline is going either mibifnim, inside towards the house. I mean, it's leaning in, whatever reason. It's not well built. I don't know why you do that. Main bechutz, or the incline, the blood is leading out. Va'abayit ma'ahil alav, and the house is ma'ahil. The house is over the blood. Tahor. Okay, why is it tahor? Anything in the house is tahor. While the blood is dripping in, even though the blood's coming in, nonetheless, until it does, eino chibur, it's liquid. But of course, as we said, haya ashboren or shekarash, if there's a little indentation, a puddle, or the blood congealed, then it's tameh. So in the Reisha, just to be clear, we were talking about a person. The Bartanura says it's in a house, and then I guess it dripped out. Or even outside, not in a house, it's on an incline, and the blood is not congealed yet, then we said it's tahor. But again, if it's in a puddle or shekarash, it's tameh. And the second case we're talking about, if it's on the askupa, on the stoop of the house, and it's dripping either from the house out or from outside in, as long as it's liquid, it's not a chibur. But once it congeals or it's congealed in a puddle, tameh. That's a case of chibur of blood. The Mishnah says, new case, kol shebamei tameh. Every part of a body, of a dead body is tameh. Chutz min hashinayim v'ase'ar v'atziporon, except for teeth, hair, and nails. So those three things are not considered part of the tum'at meit, but when they're not connected to the body, if they're removed, ubishat chiburo, if they're connected to the body, hakol tameh, everything is part of that tameh. Why are those things? That we learned in the pasuk. It said be'etzem, ma'etzem shenivra imo ve'engizo machliv. What bones are created with a person, and their geza, their growth, is not switched. Meaning it doesn't grow, and you don't remove it. It's not af kol shenivra imo ve'engizo machliv. Same thing is true about anything that's not removed and replaced. Fingernails are replaced. You cut them. Teeth, interesting. Yatsui shinayim shelo nivru imo. So that excludes teeth that were not created with him, they grow later. That excludes hair and nails when their growth, machlif, is replaced. So we learned a few things. We learned about blood, that it's not a chibur when it's liquid, but it is a chibur when it's together or congealed. And then we learned that every part of the body is mitame, except for hair, nails, and teeth. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.